Okay. Hey, welcome back. Okay. Hey, Pearl. Can you hear us? Sometimes it takes a minute to log in and like actually get it to load. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Welcome back. So where were we? Talking about community service. So the local opportunity is to be a student ambassador for Homeless Youth Connection. Specifically, that teen shopping day that I was talking about is happening this weekend. So if you're interested, if you have time this weekend, they need more volunteers. They said they could use like 8 to 10 people. And right now they have me. So it's in the morning. It goes from 8 in the morning until noon. So it's 5 hours. And it's super cool. You get to help teenagers shop, you know, which, yeah, last time it was pretty cool. So I'm pretty excited that we get to do this. This is something that is set up through Changemaker Central. So if you're connected to Changemaker Central at all, they are a club here on campus, and I think you can join as an online student as well to be a change maker. And so if you feel like you want to change the world, absolutely check out Changemaker Central and see what it's up to.
It's another, is it listed in
Sun Devil Sync? Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you should have access to it. I've been kind of tooling around Sun Devil Sync to see what is available for online students and what isn't. And that was one of them. They don't do online meetings though, so that would be something that, you know, if you want to communicate with them, you'd have to email them and, you know, talk on the phone and all that kind of thing. However, because we are doing this innovative thing, doing an in-person and online meeting, it's got a lot of people thinking. So the two clubs that I've introduced this club to so far have said that's a really good idea and I wonder if we could do that. So I think that we'll see technology open up a little bit more in a lot of the clubs, but for now it's an idea that's taking off, which is totally cool.
Well, it makes it so much nicer. It's, yeah, great to be able to
actually connect with people, right?
Right.
Yeah, that was my first year at ASU. I was living in Delta, Colorado, in this teeny tiny little rural community, and I felt really disconnected from my university. I tried joining the online clubs that were available, and nobody had meetings, nobody had ongoing anything. So I still felt like, you know, there's got to be something better than this, you know? So if at the very least we inspire other clubs to be online, then we've done our job. So yeah. Okay, so I mentioned that if you are volunteering in your neighborhood, please let us know. So it's on the agenda. You will receive extra club time credits for the time that you're spending volunteering. So please email us a description of your volunteer opportunities. How many hours did you spend? A little description of what you did and the name of the company that you volunteered for. You can also include like the person that you were reporting to, supervisor, what have you, contact information for that person. That's mostly for cross-checking, but it's not super necessary. If you say that you volunteered, I'm going to believe you. So anyway, so that's an option if you want to send it to our club email address. That's prehealthholistic@gmail.com. It's the email that you got today was from that email address, and also it's on the agenda. Okay, so upcoming events that are coming down the wire. One thing that I did share that's happening next week online is a Hay House seminar. That is on our Facebook page. Hay House is a organization that was developed by Louise Hay. If you've never read a Louise Hay book, I recommend it. Grab any of her books. She's very inspirational. She passed away about 2 years ago, but her legacy lived on, and she's the Hay House industry. She's a publishing company specifically, but in that, she also offers self-publishing through Balboa Press. So if you have aspirations to write a book, you can apply for to Balboa Press to publish your book through that, which is very cool. Also, they do these annual seminars. A lot of them are free. Most of them are online. So you can log in. It's something that happens over days, and you get to hear speakers from all kinds of different genres. So I did share it on Facebook. I'll go ahead and put it in an email and share it with everyone in case you're not on our Facebook page. But I've attended a couple of these Hay House presentations, and they've been really powerful. And something that it's worth it to spend some time listening to that, because all of these people are inspired and living their dream, you know. So it's definitely something to get you fired up about what your dream is and what you want to do with your life, you know.
And when is that? Do you mind
It starts on the 23rd, and I think it goes until the 29th. So it's a 7-day thing. Yeah, I didn't print out the information, but it is on the Facebook page. So okay. Amber, if you, I think I can email you a link to the Facebook page. You're on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, so I wrote it down, so I'll check it out.
Okay, yeah. If you're in Sun Devil Sync, not Sun Devil Sync, if you're in the Sun Devils Connect page on Facebook, I just posted this event, this meeting in Sun Devils Connect. If you click the event and go to that page, then you can click the pre-health club up at the top of that event page, and that'll take you to our Facebook page. That's an easy way to find it. Then you don't have to like search for it. If you search for pre-health integrative holistic quantum, you'll find it. So have faith. So there's actually a lot of things happening in October. We have an upcoming fall involvement fair. So that's 4 clubs here on campus. We are signed up to participate at that event. And today I asked for the day off, so I will definitely be there. And I'm still looking for volunteers for that to come and help me run the table. I found out that it only goes from 11:30 to 1. I thought it went till 4. So it's not as long as I thought. It's only 11 to 12. Yeah, it's an hour and a half commitment. It's really not that long. I don't know how much we can do in an hour and a half, but I guess that's a time when a lot of people don't have class. So they'll be in that area, like walking from class to class. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping to get people to sign up that day that are physically here, so we can fill this room, and so I don't feel like we're wasting a conference room not, you know, having humans in it. So SWIHA is a local healing arts school. It's Southwestern Institute of the Healing Arts. They do massage therapy programs, life coaching, nutrition programs. They have reflexology programs, all kinds of holistic therapies. It's a very cool place. When you walk in, your energy shifts. It's really beautiful. They are hosting a holistic health gathering on Saturday the 26th, which I will be at. My spouse is a student at that school. So I get to participate and do my intuitive Reiki sessions and give some guidance to some of the students and community members that show up to that event. So that's a Saturday. Then what else? We have the Science of Naturopathic Medicine. So I'm going to try to attend this event. It's from 6 to 8 p.m. So this, it's a physically in-person event. And then also, they are hosting a online naturopathic medicine career fair. So that's something through the AANMC, I think is the name of the organization. I got the email, so I can forward that information to you guys. But so they have in-person events and then they have online events for people who want to get into naturopathic medicine. Very cool. So you already knew about this. And that's the flyer for the health fair thing. Okay, and then the thing at the end of the month is a mini med school. So this is something that is in person that I'm going to inquire whether it's an online opportunity as well. When I was living in Delta, I attended a mini med school through the same school. It's through the University of Arizona. So I'm going to inquire once I attend. It's something that happens once a month, and it's a 2-hour thing. If it's not online, I'll just take really copious notes and I'll bring it back and share it with the club. So there's that.
That'll be great because I'm all the way in Florida.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So mini med school. When I went last year, they covered a lot of different things. I think one of the most interesting nights was a discussion on medical cannabis and the different uses and the risk factors associated with the use of cannabis. Very interesting. They also had a talk from a guy who chased tornadoes, which I couldn't quite see how that was related to medicine, except that the guy that chased the tornadoes was a doctor. And chased a tornado to a hospital that got torn apart by a tornado and ended up saving people's lives and going in and helping treat people while he was chasing the tornado. So it was a crazy story, but very interesting. Right? What he did express a lot about emergencies, natural disasters, and what it's like to be in a hospital during that time. And so that part of it was really interesting. Anyway, so I got a lot out of those mini med schools. I was going for about 3 months. And I took a bunch of notes and ended up, a lot of it was allopathic medicine, which is not my path. And it ended up kind of being a source of inspiration, but not really a whole lot of information for what I would use for my future, So relevant, but not, I guess. Okay, so from there, I do want to hear from you guys. Is there anything that you've heard either in your neighborhood or through the grapevine on the internet of things that you're interested in participating in, or meetups that you're going to, things that you are already involved in that you'd like to share? Anybody?
I'm trying to think. I live in a very, very, very tiny Midwestern town, and there's not a whole lot of local opportunities for this kind of a field that I can think of right now, but it's definitely something that I'll kind of think about and see if I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see. How about you, Pearl? Have you been involved in anything in Florida?
No, I live in South Florida. I know there's like a lot of hospitals and stuff around, but I think I would just need to do more research to find out and see if there's anything going on around here. I haven't really thought about that either.
Well, I know that meetup.com is a good source for that kind of thing. I'm connected to Meetup, and I've been able to go to some business networking groups. I've gone to some Reiki circles. I've gone to a couple of different meetups that were related to things that I'm interested in. Like, I like to play board games, so I went to a meetup board game thing. So it's a way to connect with people, but it's also a way to, feed your soul, if you will. Go do things that make you happy, or that give you an opportunity to kind of expand your consciousness, or look at opportunities that you never know. It's when you're getting into looking for jobs, a lot of times it's who you know in your neighborhood or in your city. So when you go to social opportunities, sometimes you meet people that can connect you with other opportunities. So you really never know. So I do definitely encourage you to connect with your community and see what's out there. See if there's something related to what you're studying that can supplement your education locally. With that in mind, one of the things that they do mention on the pre-health advising, if you're going into medical school, they mention that internships and research are something that can supplement your resume. Internships, I know for sure you can do through ASU. If you go to the pre-health, I believe it's advising.prehealth.asu.edu or something like that, pre-health asu.edu/advising. I shared it on Facebook on our recap meeting from last week. I can get the link for you guys if it makes it easier. But on that page, if you go to opportunities, there are national opportunities for research and internships all over the United States. I don't know if they're international, but I did see in most of the major cities around the United States. So if you're within 100 miles of a major city, then you might have an opportunity to do an internship at a hospital or a medical center. Research, on the other hand, is something that you plug into a lab and you are a research assistant with a lab. So it's a different conversation. It's something like almost like a job that you go to and you participate in for a period of time. A lot of times it's they're trying to write a dissertation, so it might be like a graduate student who's working on their dissertation who needs support to do research for whatever they're writing about. Or you might find at a local university there are research programs that are happening that they need assistance for. So the reason I brought this up is I do know that it's something that is available widely through the US. As I was clicking through the opportunities on the ASU site, I ended up at the National Institute for Health, and their website, and they had a lot of really specific research programs that were happening and the dates and all of that. So there's a lot out there. You just kind of have to look for it. So my biggest suggestion is look for the thing that gets you excited and try to plug into that. You know, so one of the things I know about nutrition is there's a online education program. It's a 12-week education program through Cornell University in California for plant-based nutrition. And it's like $1,200 and super short term. It's something that I could totally commit to and do in 3 months, or it's 4 months. But once, you know, I get more into the nutrition degree, I want to supplement it because I'm vegan. I want to supplement my education with a lot of the science related to plant-based nutrition to share, you know, and that's an online program that I have access to right now. I could go and sign up today, you know, so that's what I'm talking about. If there's something that you want to learn, it is because of the internet, there's so much opportunity, so much opportunity. It is unbelievable how much we have access to right now. Honestly, if you just peruse the ASU website, there is a ton of information and opportunity just on the website. And you can connect with people through the website to discuss your degree program and what you'd like to do. For example, I can tell you that if you go to the pre-health advising page, we have several opportunities to work with advisors that are pre-health, that are related to our degree program rather than pre-med, or you know, if you want to work with for biological sciences is the College of Life Science, right? Is biochemistry the same? College of Life Science? So you have an advisor through the College of Life Science. There's a whole list of advisors that you have access to through that college, but the pre-health advising department is a separate department, and they do a lot more research into what it takes to become a medical doctor or a dentist or a PA, or, you know, so they have a lot of that information already gathered together for you, and it's just a matter of reaching out and saying, hey, I need some help. So that is an opportunity. I mentioned on the agenda that I can help with your resume. So if you have a resume, if you're looking for a job opportunity or looking for a better job opportunity, I can make you look really good on paper. So it's just a skill that I have. So that's an option. Anyone that wants to use my skills to make your resume look shiningly better, let me know. And okay, so I wanted to bring a little bit of the conversation about being in service to our club meeting tonight. I mentioned a little bit about it in community service, you know, and working with your community, but being in service, being healthcare practitioners is something that is a very valuable thing to learn before you're in your field. And I speak from my own personal experience, not just being a health coach, but also from working with doctors who didn't have a bedside manner, who didn't have a whole lot of personality to offer their patients. And I felt like she missed something when she was in college. Like maybe she could have worked on something to be better at interacting with her patients. So I was looking at different things about being in service, and one of the things that it said was to have a personal mission. I've had a personal motto that has kind of guided a lot of what I've done with my life in the last 15 years. My motto is healing the world one person at a time. And what that means to me is when I have an opportunity to help someone heal, I'm going to do what I can to help that person. And it doesn't really necessarily mean I'm going to get paid to help that person, but it does mean that I have information that I can help open people up. I can help to I can help people release a lot of things. My specialty is to help people get unstuck. So anytime I come across someone who seems stuck, I have to speak up. It's like I have no control over my voice. All of a sudden I'm saying, hey, is there something I can do to help you? You know. So that's what being in service means to me. But beyond that, being in service in a place where it isn't necessarily about you and your development, it's more about being connected to your community or being connected to other human beings. We are social creatures, and as humans, we need connection. This is something that I know down to my soul. We need to connect with people. And I know being an online student, I felt myself very isolated in this little tiny room. I would do all of my homework and, you know, watch the lectures, and I would try to connect with people through discussion posts and things like that, but it just didn't feel, like it was enough. I wanted to really connect. That was one of the reasons that I ended up going to that mini med school, because it was a physical place I could go to meet people. And interestingly enough, I didn't actually connect with anyone but the person that was facilitating, and we only spoke like 4 times, you know, so it wasn't a huge connection, but it was still, I was with humans. It felt important, you know. So I read something about being in service as a business. So as I was preparing for tonight's conversation, I was thinking about ways that businesses are in service that can create a synergy in their community, you know. And you know, I realized that a lot of us are pretty far away from running our own business, but it is in your future. If you're going to be a doctor, running a business is going to be part of your experience. So what are you going to do to be in service for your community? How can you serve the community in a way that speaks to you as a human? So coming from that place of like feeding your soul, or coming from a place of true connection with other people, if you want to be a holistic practitioner, looking at the whole person, that is something that as a naturopath, that's what we're going to be doing, is looking at the whole person. Even in osteopathy and the other degree programs that a lot of us are looking at, the more that you can focus on the whole person, the more that human is going to feel heard and eventually will heal more effectively because you supported that healing process. So I would love to hear a little bit from you guys about being in service and what does it mean to you? How about you, Phyllis?
So I have always had a big heart. I've always tried to look for different ways that I can help people. I probably maybe Dr. Jackson and I have a conversation, but starting a nonprofit and how we can help people. I just come out of Indianapolis, and so we're actually at the airport, but of it. And our community is just amazing. You know, we have community Facebook pages, and we see people who post that they have a need. It can be for anything. I saw the other day that was like this from the library on Facebook.
Aww.
And yeah, I know, right? It was just great to get people from school. And the mom said, you know, she was a single mom, and she said, I stayed up to buy him that bike, and I can't replace it now. And at least 10 different people stepped up and said, I can go buy him a new bike, or people said, I have this bike in my garage. sorry that it's fluent. You know, I think about taking people step up regulated, like trying my best to step up, and I think further in my degree, you know, going towards PhD, I was able to help people, you know, on a level. I've been involved in a lot about all kinds of different stuff, but I always run into the issue that I don't feel heard. And so that would be a huge goal for me, is for people to say, well, I've got things, I Googled it and made it expensive sense, but to be able to say, I hear what you're saying, let's figure it out.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Does anybody else want to share thoughts on being in service?
Well, right now I'm not currently working in the health industry. I'm just starting out at ASU. This will be my first time doing online classes at ASU for Fall B. So I'm not in the health industry yet, but I know for becoming a PA, you do need some patient care hours. So I do plan on becoming an EMT. I think that would be a great career to have before I become a PA. So hopefully by next summer, I'll be able to do that and get my certification then, and then I could possibly answer this question next.
Fair enough. Okay, how about you, Amber? Any thoughts?
So I don't currently work in the healthcare field right now either. However, I do have my own business as well. And I think for me, like, it can kind of be applied to like any work that you do. And for me, I think it just means like showing up in the best way that you can and being able to do that and using using your education and your gifts and everything to show up in a way that you were created to, because I think ultimately that's how you're going to be able to help people truly, you know?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, Paige, any thoughts?
Well, I mean, yeah, everything you guys have said really.
Sure. But what does it mean to you?
Well, I don't know, what was the question?
What does being in service mean to you?
I mean, working on yourself so that you can help other people, I guess.
That's an interesting perspective. Yeah.
I feel like that's why we're all studying to go into the healthcare profession.
Heal or be healed.
It
Yeah.
doesn't seem like, there's some people who go into it for the money, but I don't think any of us here are in it for that because there are many other fields that we would be studying if we were in it for the money.
Right.
But yeah, I guess working on yourself so that you can help other people.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Okay, so we're running out of time again. So we're gonna have to end in the next 5 minutes. So I wanna do a little bit of a closure and remind everyone about next week's meeting. So on Tuesday, the 22nd, this is our learning opportunity meeting, the one that I was talking about at the very beginning with osteopathic doctors that I haven't gotten to commit. I guarantee you I will find at least one osteopath to come and speak for us. I don't know if it'll be a panel discussion, but I'm going to try. I spent about 6 hours on the phone yesterday reaching out to all the different doctors. So I'm hoping that someone calls me back. I don't want to be too pushy. So I'll wait another day to try calling them again. Anyway,
hopefully
so
someone says yes. Surely by like just like what is that called? Just by reaching out to so many, surely one will say yes.
Right? That's kind of what I was hoping. Yeah, so we'll see. When I was making those phone calls yesterday, I didn't actually get to talk to any of the practitioners. I only spoke with the gatekeepers, the front desk people, the people that were his receptionists and medical assistants and those kind of people. So their job, one of their jobs, is to be a gatekeeper for the doctor so that he doesn't have to deal with phone calls. So getting a doctor to call you back is a bit of a challenge to begin with. So I sent a physical invitation, a piece of paper inviting them to come and speak, with a flyer about the event, with a link to our club so they could read about our club. And now I've done a phone call, so I think I could actually go to all of these offices, but I don't know if I have enough time to visit everyone. That was 20 different doctors, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, and if it took 6 hours to call everyone, I feel like visiting everyone might be a lot longer.
Right? Yeah, it might be a bit more challenging.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm working on it. I will have someone, I promise. However, at our last learning opportunity meeting, it was a Tuesday night and no one showed up. So I want to make sure that you guys put it on your calendar so that you know that it's available for you. It is a learning opportunity. It's something that we're putting together to educate you. So please attend if you can, if you're not busy with life. And with that, does anyone have any thoughts, questions before we close?
One thing, when you're going to like the event that you're going to for the club, can you just like make a little list of anything you see other clubs having or that we should have, or things that you feel like would benefit you to have, like presentation materials type stuff?
Oh yeah, for sure. For the budget, right?
Yeah, because when you go to ask for money from like ASU, one of the great budget to get like this is what we need and why we need it. So.
Right. Okay. Yes. So make notes. That event is also on Tuesday, so it's going to be a really long day.
Yeah.
And aside from that, my mom is coming into town. My birthday's on Wednesday, so when my mom is here, I'm distracted just because of my mom, but I'm going to invite her to the fall involvement fair so she can come see the campus. And I'll probably invite her to the learning opportunity that evening. So you'll get to meet my mom. She's amazing. I think that's a good place to close. I love my mom. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and sign off. So Phyllis, if you took notes, please send me an email with just what you jotted down. And we'll revisit on Saturday if you guys are interested, Saturday morning.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What are you gonna say, Amber?
Hello.
I can still hear you.
Okay. I think I'm getting really blurry over here, so yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and sign off.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Okay, I'm leaving.